What's going on, guys? Ben here, and today we're going to take a quick look at the LESHP S40 3-axis camera stabilizer. Now, I know when you're first looking at it, it doesn't look like it does a whole lot, but this is something amazing for those of us who shoot video content for reviews or fun or music videos, or for whatever real reason that you shoot videos. You need something to stabilize your camera if you want to move it around. I mean, you can do some pan shots, and of course there's all kinds of sliders and stuff like this, but for those of us who like a hand-on approach and be able to move it around, as for myself, I shoot product photography, so it's nice to be able to have the camera in my hand and be able to move it to where I want. Now, as said, this is a camera stabilizer, and how it stabilizes the camera is you simply pick it up here, and it's on a 360 axis, so this part turns all the way around, and we've got 4 weights down here at the bottom that help to maintain the weight, and they bounce the camera back and forth. Another great feature of this is if you can have it short like this, or if you want, you can flip that switch there, and as you can see, it extends a bit, and this gives you a bit better range of motion and a bit better control. And the idea is to obviously, like as you can see, I can do this. Now, unfortunately, I am shooting this video with my camera, so I can't show you the camera on the stabilizer, but in a few seconds here, what I'm going to do is put the camera on the stabilizer, and I'm going to shoot a video using the stabilizer and talk to you guys while I do it, so you can see me moving around a PC case and how it works and how stable it is. The other great thing we've got here is they've included 2 quick release plates, so you can make sure you can get your camera. Obviously, you put your camera on this, and you can even put 2 cameras on this. There's mounting there for 2 cameras. Then you can either slide it into this one or slide it into this one here. Obviously, to loosen it and tighten it, you just turn this right here, either anti-clockwise, counterclockwise to loosen it, and then clockwise to tighten it up. And what's great is these both got levels in them as well, so you can kind of get a gauge of while you're filming if your camera is level or what is going on with it. So, I mean, it's quite cool. They're quite nice. As you can see, you've also got the rulers there as well, so you can kind of get a gauge for how far they are. But like I said, this is a great bit of kit for those of us who shoot video. Right now on Amazon, it's currently about £50, and I mean, it really does have some great features, such as this is a high precise bearing, as they call it, which features the 360 motion, which is good. It's made from a high quality aluminum alloy, which means that it's strong, but yet it's still lightweight. Like, most of the weight in this is in the weights themselves down here where you want them. The cool thing about the weights as well is not only can they be easily removed, but you can slide them. You can slide them either way to kind of gauge them in how you want your camera. So if you don't want your camera basically just standing like this and focusing straight on the product, say you want your camera to dip down a little bit, you can move the weights, you can move these plates, and you can achieve that effect. All in all, I've been using it for a couple days now, and I quite enjoy it. I will say, if you've never used something like this, there is a bit of a learning curve to get used to it, but once you do, it's great fun. And like I said, there's different things you can play with to kind of get different angles, so you're either looking down at the product or whatever you're trying to shoot, or kind of looking up or looking straight at it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for looking at it itself. Like I said, it's got the 2 different quick release plates here, so you can swap your cameras in and out. I mean, you can release things, you can get things going. Like I said, you can move them back and forth. You don't have to have it centered. I mean, you can have it out here, and then you can move this here, and you can have your camera out here, which will help the weight pull it down, and so you can have a downward facing effect on your video. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cut this off here. We're going to hook the camera up on it, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Alright, so at the moment, as you can see, the stabilizer, the camera's not moving. I've got the stabilizer just sat on my table looking at the computer. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pick it up now, and we're going to see a little bit of shaking when you first pick it up, as you would expect. But as you can see now, once it sorts itself out, I mean, you can, like I say, this is me moving the stabilizer itself. As you can see, it is moving a bit, obviously, but it's not too shaky. So it's quite good. Obviously, the more you play with something like this, the better you get. Every time it starts shaking is obviously when I go ahead and move my feet. The other cool thing I found as well is, as you can see, if you can hold it steady enough, you can go ahead and you can even hold it, the stabilizer part, with your other hand. And as you can see, I can turn it a little bit to get some extra panning shots in there, and I can move it around. As you can see now, every time I take a step, it's a bit more noticeable. But when you put the stabilizer on its own, as it's meant to be, as you can see, I can get some pretty good shots here. I can move it about and go up and down with it, and it does a good job at keeping the camera stable. So that's going to be it on my review of the S40 3-axis camera stabilizer. Like I said, it's a great bit of kit. I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 stars because for the price, it does a good job, even though there is quite a learning curve when you first start using it. It's going to find its way into my camera bag, that's for sure, and I will be bringing this with me to events around England, filming coverage for my website and all that type of stuff. So it's a great addition to the bag, and I really look forward to using it and spending quite a bit more time with it and getting more comfortable with it. If you're in the market for something like this, I can highly recommend this one, especially for the price, so don't be afraid of buying it. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you guys next time.